Okay, yeah, okay. Yes. Holy smokes!
Whoa!
Who is this guy?
Oh
Oh my
man!
goodness! What?
And
I
sweet
mean, yeah,
shirt too.
we thought that was what it was about. Who is this baby face? Oh my
Holy
goodness!
mackerel!
Wow. So what bet did you lose?
Well, so I was actually doing my research on all the committee members before I went to go and testify for Rivian at the hearing yesterday, and not a single one of them had a beard. And
Oh shoot!
You're an animal.
You are an animal.
I am a big fan of, know your audience.
Mhm.
So
Dress the part.
I went for it.
Rivian, give this guy a stinking t-shirt for crying out loud. He shaved his beard. So while we're on that would be great just to jump in. Tell us about what happened yesterday. Tell the audience about what happened yesterday.
Yeah, so it was really interesting. So there was a bill proposed for allowing direct EV sales in Texas. So companies like Rivian, obviously, but also Lucid, Tesla, Lordstown was actually there, which was cool. Got to talk to the Lordstown guy, and Dan West from Rivian was there as well.
So, your testimony, I watched it today. And so that's essentially what you did, just testified as yourself, just as a consumer, and why you're in favor of the bill. And you did a good job. And honestly, it was short enough that we could probably just insert it here. I could just maybe overlay the top, in which you look very sharp, although we could only see the back. And I didn't get to see your boots. I was like, man, I hope they get his boots. But did you wear the boots?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was wearing boots. And matter of fact, so Dan West from Rivian, great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's on their policy team, and I was actually impressed. He was also wearing boots, and he's from DC. So
oh, nice. He was dressed in the part. It is. Know your audience. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
That's really, really cool. Well, from me and Jimmy, on behalf of, Rivian fans and EV fans everywhere, thanks for doing that. I know that you gave up.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You have to prep and all that, and then you have to get nervous, and then you have to get hyped, and then you have to land that plane after it's over. So, well done. And you said you went off script a little bit, but I thought that your point, your main thing is like, you're not going to stop this. You're just going to make it more complex, needlessly complex. People are still going to get their Rivian in Texas. They're still going to get their Tesla. You're just making a truck that we're talking about, the Cybertruck here, that's made in Austin. They're going to have to ship it out of state and then back into state for a Texan to get it. What is going on? Yeah. So if I can keep talking here, your other point at the beginning, which is that you're attracted to Rivian because of the performance. It's just a great vehicle. And when the world discovers this, it's over, right? People are going to get mad because they want good stuff. And that's just all there's to it.
And well, so I really wanted to make that point to relate to some of the committee members as well, Kyle, because several of the committee members, the representatives, are from rural districts, and it's pickup trucks and four-wheel drive vehicles, not Tesla Model S's and Model 3s where they're from. So I wanted to also kind of convey, hey, there's starting to be products out there that'll work for all Texans as well.
Yep.
And what I had planned to talk about was actually how Texas needs to be EV friendly, because there's a tremendous economic opportunity if Texas really embraces the EV industry. I mean, Tesla building their gigafactory here is one thing, but allowing direct sales showrooms into Texas would add a lot of jobs. And then also the economic ecosystem of companies that would support the EV industry could be very impactful as well. And then I was also planning to throw something in about how electric vehicles can actually help stabilize the electrical grid here in Texas. and talk briefly about vehicle to home and vehicle to grid technologies. So I actually got a little riled up when hearing some of the comments from the committee and one of the other representatives that I completely and totally changed what I had planned to talk about.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Jimmy, what'd you see? You have any color to throw in this?
Oh man, I loved it. I watched it live as it was happening, and the whole time in the office, I was like, "Oh, Skyler's getting on! Here he comes!" And it's crazy to me that I'm not gonna lie. I did not Google what this three-tiered system is. I'm assuming it's manufacturer, dealer, consumer would be the 3 tiers.
So I had to Google it too, Jimmy. It's actually manufacturer, regional dealer associations, and then the dealership.
Gotcha. And it's such an archaic system. Like Dan West said to the committee member who's talking about the rural district, we're not coming to the rural district. We're not going to take away sales. Basically, we're not going to take away sales from you guys. We're only looking to be in, what do you say, less than 10% or 5% of the counties in Texas, of the 275 counties in Texas. And, so the donations and the volunteering and everything else that they get from these small dealerships that are in these rural counties, it's not going to affect them.
The other thing that was interesting, that was actually mentioned by several people that testified, was these open states. The dealerships actually do better. They grow faster than in states where direct sales are closed. And that's really the point that I would want to drive home is, these dealerships are pushing fear and basically invalid arguments when the facts, the data shows that they wouldn't suffer any harm as it is.
Right.
They just want a piece of the pie, and that also became clear. It's like, hey, if these get established, then franchise dealerships can pick them up, and that's just because they want their money.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and like we were chatting about earlier today, the gentleman from the older gentleman that talked about how nobody complained when the airlines started selling tickets direct to consumer, and it forced travel agencies across the state and country, for that matter, to go out of business. I mean, you very rarely see a travel agency nowadays. But like you said, Skyler, to that point, they didn't have the lobby groups, throwing money at them left and right to stop something like that from happening.
Yeah. I mean, it's very clearly an instance where money is and influence is affecting politics, and unfortunately, where the money that businesses are contributing to politics is negatively affecting constituents and their right to choose, consumer choice, and it's really unfortunate.
It sure is. It really is. It's just kind of a shame too, It's unfortunate and it's a shame. Do the right thing, people. Do the right thing. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. So I would like to say two things to the viewing audience. Number one, for any Texas viewers, I would like to help coordinate a bigger consumer perspective effort and have more voters involved with this effort next legislative session. And number two, I'm curious, especially if we have any lady viewers, like beard or no beard. I mean, not that it matters. I'm married, but I'd love to hear a woman's perspective on that.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, definitely. Let us know in the comments. Share this thing around. That would be cool if you guys get some more voices there next time, for sure. And that's got to go the same for every other closed state for sure. That's how it'll get done. It's just them hearing more and more of this consistent message that this is crazy. Do the right thing. It's about choice, period. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, please check us out at rivianstories.com. And every like, subscribe, and share helps. Thanks again.